Marie Curie, born Maria Sklodowska on November 7, 1867, in Warsaw, Poland, stands as one of the most remarkable figures in the history of science. Her work not only revolutionized our understanding of radioactivity, but also broke barriers for women in a male-dominated field. Her groundbreaking research earned her 2 Nobel Prizes, making her the first woman to win the award and the only person to win it in 2 different scientific fields. Curie's life was a testament to perseverance, intellectual brilliance, and a tireless commitment to the betterment of humanity. Early life and education. Marie was born into a family of educators and developed a passion for learning from a young age. Her father, a teacher of mathematics and physics, inspired her interest in the sciences. However, growing up in Russian-occupied Poland, Curie faced significant challenges. Women were not allowed to attend university, so she had to seek alternative ways to gain an education. Marie attended the Flying University, an underground institution that defied the Russian authorities by offering higher education to women. In 1891, determined to pursue her scientific dreams, she moved to Paris, where she enrolled at the University of Paris, Sorbonne. Despite living in poverty and struggling with the French language, Marie excelled in her studies, earning degrees in physics and mathematics. During her time in Paris, she met Marie Curie, a brilliant physicist. The two quickly formed a deep connection based on their shared love for science, and they married in 1895. Discovering radioactivity. Marie Curie's most significant contribution to science came through her study of radioactivity, a term she coined. Her work began with the discovery of X-rays by Wilhelm Röntgen and the identification of radioactive materials by Henri Becquerel. Fascinated by these findings, Marie began researching uranium and discovered that the mineral emitted energy, even without an external energy source. She hypothesized that this phenomenon came from the atomic structure of uranium itself, rather than from molecular interactions. Marie and Marie Curie collaborated to expand on her research, tirelessly working in difficult conditions with rudimentary equipment. In 1898, the couple made their first major breakthrough when they discovered 2 new elements, polonium, named after Marie's native Poland, and radium. These elements exhibited even more intense radioactivity than uranium, furthering the Curie's hypothesis that radioactivity was a property of atoms. In 1903, Marie Curie, along with her husband and Henri Becquerel, was awarded the Nobel Prize in Physics for their collective research on radioactivity. Curie became the first woman to win a Nobel Prize, and the award solidified her place in the scientific community. However, the Curies did not patent their discoveries, believing that the benefits of their research should be shared with humanity rather than exploited for personal gain. Marie Curie's role as a pioneer for women in science. Marie Curie faced a great deal of adversity as a woman in the sciences. Despite her scientific achievements, she was often marginalized by her male peers. After Pierre's tragic death in 1906, Marie was appointed to his professorship at the Sorbonne, becoming the first woman to teach at the prestigious institution. Although she faced opposition from those who doubted her abilities because of her gender, she pressed forward with her research. In 1911, Marie Curie was awarded her 2nd Nobel Prize, this time in chemistry, for her continued work on radioactivity, particularly the isolation of pure radium. Her groundbreaking research changed the course of science and medicine, opening new doors in the understanding of the atomic world. The discovery of radium and its applications in treating cancer became one of the earliest forms of radiotherapy, a treatment that is still in use today. World War I and Marie Curie's humanitarian contributions. During World War I, Curie shifted her focus to apply her knowledge of radioactivity to help soldiers. Recognizing the importance of X-rays in diagnosing injuries, she developed mobile X-ray units, known as Little Curies, which were sent to the front lines. She trained women as radiologists and personally drove the mobile units, providing life-saving services to countless soldiers. Her work during the war saved thousands of lives and further demonstrated her commitment to using science for the betterment of society. Later life and legacy. In her later years, Curie continued her scientific work, though the toll of prolonged exposure to radioactive materials began to affect her health. She suffered from radiation sickness and died of aplastic anemia on July 4, 1934. At the time, the dangers of radioactivity were not fully understood, and Curie had not taken the protective measures now standard in laboratories. Marie Curie's legacy is monumental. Her work laid the foundation for the field of nuclear physics and radiology. The Curie Institutes in Paris and Warsaw remain major centers of medical research. In 1995, Marie Curie's remains were interred in the Pantheon in Paris, making her the first woman to be honored for her own achievements. Her daughters also carried on her legacy. Irène Joliot-Curie, her eldest daughter, went on to win a Nobel Prize in chemistry in 1935 for her work on artificial radioactivity, further cementing the Curie family's contributions to science. Conclusion: Marie Curie was more than just a brilliant scientist. She was a trailblazer who broke through the barriers of gender discrimination to make discoveries that continue to impact the world today. Her unrelenting curiosity, perseverance, and selflessness not only changed our understanding of the atomic world, but also paved the way for future generations of women in science. From the discovery of polonium and radium to her contributions in World War I, Curie's life was one of profound impact and inspiration, forever marking her as one of the greatest minds in history.